Corpus Hermeticum, Chapter 8. That no one of existing things doth perish, but men in error speak of their changes as destructions and as deaths. Concerning soul and body, son, we now must speak. In what way soul is deathless, and whence comes the activity in composing and dissolving the body. For there is no death for aught of things that are. The thought this word conveys is either void of fact, or simply by the knocking off of a syllable what is called death, doth stand for deathless. For death is of destruction, and nothing in the cosmos is destroyed. For if cosmos is second God, a life that cannot die, it cannot be that any part of this immortal life should die. All things in cosmos are part of the cosmos, and most of all is man, the rational animal. For truly first of all, eternal and transcending birth, is God the universal's maker. Second is he, after his image, cosmos, brought into being by him, sustained and fed by him, made deathless as by his own sire, living for aye, as ever free from death. Now that which ever liveth differs from the eternal, for he hath not been brought to being by another, and even if he have been brought to being, he hath not been brought into being by himself, but ever is brought into being. For the eternal, in that it is eternal, is the all. The Father is himself eternal of himself, but cosmos has become eternal and immortal by the Father, and of the matter stored beneath it, the Father made of it a universal body, and packing it together made it spherical, wrapping it around the life, a sphere, which is immortal in itself, and that doth make materiality eternal. But he, the Father, fulfilled with his ideas, did sow the lives into the sphere, and shut them in as in a cave, willing to order forth the life with every kind of living. So he with deathlessness enclosed the universal body, that matter might not wish to separate itself from body's composition, and so dissolve into its own original unorder. For matter, son, when it was yet incorporate, was in unorder, and it doth still remain down here this nature of unorder, enveloping the rest of the small lives that increase and decrease, which men call death. It is round earthly lives that this unorder doth exist, for that the bodies of the heavenly ones preserve one order allotted to them from the Father as their rule. And it is by the restoration of each one of them this order is preserved indissolute. The restoration then of bodies on the earth is thus their composition, whereas their dissolution restores them to those bodies which can never be dissolved, that is to say, which know no death. Privation thus of sense is brought about, not loss of bodies. Now the third life, man, after the image of the cosmos made, and having mind after the Father's will, beyond all earthly lives, not only doth have feeling with the second God, but also hath conception of the first. For of the one 'tis sensible as of a body, while of the other it conceives as bodiless and the good mind. Doth then this life not perish? Hush, son, and understand what God, what cosmos is. What is a life that cannot die, and what a life subject to dissolution? Yea, understand the cosmos is by God and in God, but man by cosmos and in cosmos. The source and limit and the constitution of all things is God.